Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, guys, another Root Network video. This time we're talking with Connor from Anti-Social Media, otherwise known as ASM. Not the ASM you guys are thinking about, but the way we're going to kick things off here is I've asked Connor to show off the different social media pages, the different marketplace and items they have, because I think for a lot of what we've talked about, I've edited in some things, but I think for this one, it's going to be good to show what you guys have. So Connor, thanks for coming on. Give us a lowdown. What's Anti-Social Media?
Definitely. How's it, guys? Yeah, I'm the co-founder. I have another partner, Crypt, and yeah, we're working on anti-social media. It's kind of a brand, a clothing brand that we've been working on for quite a while now. Um, the clothing brand represents a little more than just anti-social media. It's kind of like a play on words. So it's like we're on media, but we like against it in like a sense. More of like we are trying to strive for people to accomplish their goals and represent the process in terms of like if you have a goal and it's like to be an influencer or whatever it is, like you should strive and you should go for it and stop getting distracted by other people's work. So how anti-social media actually originated is originally from Crypt. So I actually came over from Solana. So I was working on an NFT project because I'm actually the 3D designer for anti-social media. And how it originated was Crypt found me and he needed someone to make NFTs for the one utility that he had for his original collection. So then he told me that he was making a clothing brand, and that's when I was like, yeah, I've been wanting to make a clothing brand. I've been wanting to do my own project instead of making NFTs for people. So that's kind of how anti-social media originated.
Phenomenal. And so you guys are from merch, but now you've jumped into launching various NFTs. You guys are on the XRP Cafe. You guys are now on the Root Network with that. I mean, talk a little bit
Yeah,
about what the XRP side collection is, maybe, and then we can go
for
into
sure.
what's on Root.
This is our collection on XRP Cafe, and you can kind of have a view of a few of the NFTs we made. We did a collection of 7,700. Looks like someone's burned one. But we originally minted this at 25 XRP. The floor price has gone down quite a bit, maybe to do with XRP's price and all that. But we minted at 25 XRP, and at the time, it was when XRP was quite low, and we managed to mint out in about 14 days, which at the time was really good for an NFT project because a lot of projects weren't minting out. So we did this project, and as you can see, we've got a bunch of different design and clothing that we went really deep into, and we went quite hectic on the details, and we did no character. Every character has a mask, and our main character is this anti-social media bag that we're doing statues and stuff for the clothing brand side and the actual brand side of things. So this is the characters. We were also the first collection on XRP to do dual images. So originally, a lot of projects actually only have one image, and we managed to do two. And one of the cool things is, so I did the 3D, and Crypt does a lot of the metadata. So we also went really in depth with like the metadata and like white canvas, and like the pants and everything is very, very organized. So if you want to find something specific, you can. So or we have all these assets, and obviously these assets are quite high detail. And for a game and Futureverse, you can't really use high poly assets. For people that don't know what I mean by poly count, it's basically how much your computer can render in a game, right? So we had to bring the poly count down in order to go over to Futureverse. And originally, how we went to Futureverse is some of you might know Shen, working on Gen 3 games, and Zerpmon. His original collection was on XRP Cafe as well. And he helped us go over to Futureverse. And that's when we started working on this collection now. And you can kind of see a few of the assets that were originally on Cafe.
So it looks like there's a big difference though between the characters to the assets. What are the benefits of having the assets on Tradeverse, and what's kind of the point of the NFTs over on XRP?
So the NFTs on XRP are basically your full character, and there we have a utility where basically we do staking from the clothing. So whenever we do whenever we do a clothing drop, we fill it up with tokens, whether it's XRP meme tokens or XRP in general. We fill it up into a staking pool, and then people can stake their NFTs in order to get from the minting pool. And then we have another collection that has VIPs actually. So we have another collection of anti-social medias like Social Circle and VIP, and we have a bunch of utilities within our Discord. Like we also work on a bot, which we can get into shortly. But we have the Social Circle, yeah, which is basically holders get their own channel, and we give them alpha updates, etc. And the difference between holding the original version and the Tradeverse version, um, we give out the loot crates. So on Tradeverse, we kind of went for a very gamified system where you can open these crates and get these assets with inside the crate. So it's very randomized. Maybe we can open one now and you can kind of see how it works. But you can see how each asset is individual. So we're working on a game where you can wear the shoes, or you can customize your own character with the masks, this shirt, the hoodie, the shoes, these pants, and you can make your own design. So that's coming into the clothing brand, and how you can buy a anti-social media shirt that comes out from a limited drop, and then you'll get the NFT version as well. So kind of that's the whole reason for us going over to Tradeverse, because Tradeverse is very optimized for games, and they have a lot of plugins and a lot of systems ready for us to use to work on our game, like the swappables function. And I'm sure some of you have heard about Fluff World or other characters in the NFT metaverse that you'd want to wear your clothes with. Like you can come get our clothing and then wear it on those characters.
That's what I was going to ask, because it felt like these are going to be interoperable to an extent. But you mentioned that
Yeah.
you were building a game for this. Is the assets able to be used by other people in other games automatically, or is there a process or a step they need to do to connect with you to be able to have that? Because I know you just mentioned they can be wearable, but pardon my lack of technical knowledge on that front. I have no idea how it works.
So Aaron, the co-founder or founder of Futureverse and the Root Network, have been working on uh but they've obviously with ASM, the alter state machine, and they've got like the brain function, and there's a one of the plugins is swappables. So essentially, it's like you can take any clothing or shoes, pants, or masks, and basically and essentially put it onto any character you want with this add-on that they've created. Don't ask me how it works because I'm still trying to get my mind around it. I've not gotten hold of the tool yet, but hopefully we will be one of the first to get hold of the tool and implement it with inside our game. But the idea is, yes, you can basically take the clothing, the shoes, the pants, or whatever you want, put it on. Not, it doesn't specifically have to be an anti-social media character. It could be a character you got from another project, maybe a bored ape. If all the bridging happens and all of that, you can wear our clothing on whatever character you would like within any games in the metaverse, of course, with what they Futureverse is doing.
Awesome. Now, for the game you guys are building, I know you're bringing up a file a second ago. I'm not sure if it's ready to look at, but
Yeah,
are
still loading.
it's still loading. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough. So
I can.
when
Yeah,
when you guys first heard about what was going on over on the Root Network, obviously you're saying that Shen helped you guys kind of get
yeah.
over there. But did you have any thoughts when you first looked at Root, good or bad? What was kind of your thought when you first found out about the ecosystem?
When we first found out, we were like, what's the word? When you have no words, because what they had was exactly what we needed. We've been wanting to do this for pretty much since the project started, where we can make clothing, we can give the clothing out as not just something you can wear IRL, you can actually swap and change on your character. So that was the main thing that caught our attention, was that specific add-on that you can have. And then as well as like all the games being able to be work together just made it even better for us, because that means the clothes won't just work on our character, they'll work on all the characters. So immediately we were like, we've got to go over there, get all the assets ready, and go on to the Root network.
The avatars here on XRP
Oh yeah.
Cafe, are they going to be able to be used in any of the Futureverse experiences as full avatars, or should we only look at the clothes being able to do so?
On Tradeverse, what we did is we're going to make it that you get mintable bodies. So originally, how we did the whole minting process now is everyone that minted one crate will be airdropped a body. closer towards our game date once we drop our game. So everyone will get a base body to play with. And if you don't have a base body, you'll be able to mint one. And that's how you'll be able to actually have a playable character, and then you'll be able to change all the clothes. Where the cafe collection comes involved is more with the clothing side and reward side. So you get crate rewards just by holding one anti-social media character. You get one common crate every time we do a mint. So how we how we plan on doing crates and stuff is with weapons, other projects, getting involved with other projects if they want to do crates. So whenever we do crates, we give a monthly, or every second month we drop crates to holders, whether they hold, if they hold 10 they get this amount, if they hold a VIP and 10 they get that amount. So that's more of how the cafe collection helps with getting more assets and etc. on Tradeverse. But
Gotcha. That's really
yeah,
cool that you guys are almost like an onboarder to Root Network in a way.
yeah. So I was thinking maybe we could even open a crate now so we can see how it works a little bit.
Sure. I would love to.
So it's just gonna be, let's open two common crates. You can kind of see. So like I said, we wanted to make it as gamified as possible. Like we have like the contraband, which is the rarest you can get, legendary, epic, uh rare, and common. Yeah, Shen helped us set this up, and he did a really good job at it. As soon as we told them about the crates that we how we wanted to do the crates and stuff, they immediately started working on it, which was awesome from their side. So then we got these two assets, and now once the game is out, you can take these assets in and use your character and pop them onto your character. So you can. The nice thing is you can make your own custom design and how
That
you want your character to look.
that is cool. And for these different ones, like the assets that are out there with the crates, is it all limited edition? Is it open
Yes.
edition for a certain time? How should we look at it from that point of view?
So how we do the crates is every time you get every time we do a drop, it will be limited for a certain period of time. And if you don't get the crates during that time, you'll never be able to get them. So it also incentivizes not opening the crates. You can hold the crate. So let's say that this was the Genesis crate collection. So people could down the line on the 10th crate be selling the first ever crates because you won't be able to get these assets. So most likely when you see 10 of these shirts, there'll only be 10 of these certain shirts because we'll never reuse an asset and put it into a newer crate. So that also makes everything very limited. And that's how we're also doing the clothing brand. We want to go into the very limited side of things. So if you were there and you were able to get it, you can get it.
Well, that was my
That's
next
why we have.
question before
Mhm.
checking out the game, unless that's popped up. But the merch that you guys have, how is that connected to the digital realm?
So we're also working closely with Shen where we can start implementing a crypto site on Tradeverse where the metadata says whether your shirt's small or large. So if you, depending on the size, if you want to order a small, extra large, you can do your whole shipping out method through the site, pay with crypto, and then you get your IRL version and uh, your digital version. So uh, that's also coming to the limited side again, where if you don't buy that, we won't take that shirt and then put it into a crate. It's if it's an IRL version, you buy the IRL version and you get the limited edition version.
Phenomenal. So what just
So
popped up there
finally,
was
we're shipping.
emergence. I'm curious if you have a second. Is this the
Mhm.
emergency kit? I think a lot of us within the Featureverse community have heard about emergence. They've talked about how they have like 50,000 developers building on it, but we don't really know what exactly that looks like. So was that emergence thing something I should just ignore, or is this like the emergence SDK?
So we recently got a new developer, uh, and our new developer has been working with Emergence to implement, because currently Emergence had it as you download one avatar that's fully complete. So we are just doing some changes so we can actually make it that you can change the specific assets. But we're working on a new. This is the old UE file that we have currently, and we do have a new one. But yes, we are working with Emergence. I think I opened the wrong file that I just took so long to open. But let me show you a reference we have for Emergence. So our developer just popped this in and he did a bit of editing in the newer file. So you can change your player's name, confirm, and then the whole Emergence section will pop out. Yeah, obviously it's still bare bones at the moment, but yes, we have been implementing the Emergence side of things.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
And let me see if I can open the other version quickly. But yeah, in terms of the statues as well, and like we're really going for a whole style, yeah. Let me put that up there for long.
It's interesting to see that all of the avatars that are starting to come out and all this conversation around the metaverse, avatars, IP.
Yeah.
Did you have any thoughts on what the, I guess, future of these AI agents and everything is going to look like?
Yeah, it looks like a lot of them, well, Crypt is a much better person to speak to when it comes to the whole AI side of things, but like just hearing about it, like them speaking together, and I know Goblins made it so they load into a world and then they fight each other. I know that's like basic AI system, but the brains can like learn and stuff. If I'm not mistaken, it's quite interesting how. But in terms of how I think the AI system helps a lot again, is just more on the clothing side of things, with actually loading different meshes onto a character. So, for example, this this shirt was made around the character, right? So to be able to take this shirt and put it onto a larger character or a thinner character is quite interesting because, like I was telling you about the polygons,
Hmm.
the fact that these polygons can. So basically, if I just took this shirt, technically that would happen, but that doesn't happen with this new systems that they've been working on, as well as they have the text to 3D or the image to 3D. That just helps speed up the process of retopology, and that retopology is basically when you make the higher version of the character that you saw on Cafe into the specific lowest version. So as well as we're going to be doing courses so people can make their own animations and stuff with our character, we've set up a pretty simple file. So if you own a specific version of um the assets on the root network, oh on yeah on Tradeverse, like this shirt, you can download the textures and all that, pop it onto the character and actually use it. So for example, can pop this version on, yeah, go into rendered mode, take this, and then you'll get that specific version you had. I think it was long click button. That's the
I
use
love that you're
button.
just flying through this because I have no idea what's going on, but it looks awesome.
Yeah, so this is like you for the texturing. So people who have these specific, like this asset, for example, they can some people who want to do animations or make some cool stuff for using the anti-social media character, they can just by holding some of the assets. So I can show you this one. I think it's this specific one. Yeah, and then you can kind of you have the texture onto the character now, and then you can get a bunch of different ones to change the mask. So we have all these assets set up rigged, so you can move it around. We haven't gave out the file yet, but that's also something we're working on currently, getting it onto the site, getting very gamified, and that's when even we want to get to giving out creatures and weapons and different type of things. So our current developer is very good with the whole immersion side of things in terms of we working close with Tattoo World. So Tattoo World is basically making stickers. You can think of it in a game sense as stickers. So it's basically putting different tattoos onto your character and then updating the metadata with emergence and the different tools that are out there at the moment. So for example, for Tattoo World, I can show you our character with the tattoos on that I did a render of. Yeah, you can see got some of the tattoos. It got his clothing on. So doing partnerships like that, and then we think because we have a really, really good manufacturer with statues, plushies, like you name it, we can get it. So we will be also be making the products for some projects on the Root network as well. So Tattoo World will be making their clothing and even like those tattoos that come off after a while, those type of things. And then even getting into like rideable tames that you can get within the inside of Utopia and be able to tame this and have it as an NFT. You got the rig and everything ready, the animations. One thing I wanted to show you here was then we can open up the game as well and get a little sneak peek here. So you can kind of see I'm just doing a thing to change the close up. So load for a second. Let me just make sure I'm out of rendered mode in here. There we go. There we go. That's better. So we got a bunch of clothes, and then we are working on a changing room at the moment. We got a new changing room that we're working on. This was just a UI test that we have. So you basically can go in, change the clothes to whatever you want. Sorry if that's quite loud.
No, I don't think there's any
Seems
audio
quiet.
that we hear, so you're good on that front. But
Oh, okay. Sweet. Oh, I accidentally went out, but I can maybe show you the parkour system we have as well. So for the first game that we're working on at the moment, will be only up. I don't know if you ever played Chain Together.
I've not played it, but I've watched it.
So yeah, we want to get like a good entry into the world. Trying to get the main thing we want to do is that everyone basically try out the tools that are out there and that Futureverse have made. So, um, the fact that you can change your clothes, things you've bought on Futureverse, you can use in other people's games. So trying to get their assets that other people have created into our world and make give functions for them. So we've got like a little setup here. I think it might be laggy on that side. I'm not sure if it's my streaming quality settings, but optimize video sharing. Let's see, maybe this works. Okay. So we've worked a bit on a parkour system. Just basic things. I'll show you the world now that we have working on. But as I said, the new dev is working on the whole new world with different parkour and different like if you said you watched Chain Together, you can probably see some of the different obstacles that are in there. So let me show you that. And one of the other things we also want to do is we also work on a building system. So if you buy the statue and stuff from Tradeverse, you'll be able to place the actual items in your world or your room. I can maybe even go back to the crates real quick just to mention that we have 5 different crates. So essentially the crate system works is the higher crate you get, the higher chance you have of getting a rarer item. So when you mint a crate, you have obviously a percentage chance of getting a certain one. And then that certain one you get when opening it will give you a higher chance of getting an epic or legendary or a lower chance. So you can see the contrabands and stuff. These are limited edition. So like you had to get a certain amount of crates in order to get this. So there's only one of these. I think we did 157 assets for the first crate drop. So this is the current world we have. It is going to change. We're working on like a 5-level system, but it's essentially we did this as like the base mechanics to get that going for the new UE project. So it's an only up game. Essentially, we'll have checkpoints. When you reach certain checkpoints, you will get NFTs, and when you get it to the top, you'll get a limited edition one for that month. So we'll do a leaderboard system where once you get to the top, you can win a limited edition item of that month. So we will be making assets monthly or every second month that you can earn just by playing the game. And then Easter eggs, etc., things you can collect throughout the world. Going again back to the Thames, things you can ride on. And one of the things our dev was talking about with Emergence is certain assets you hold, like even from other projects, we can make it that it boosts within that level or does not boost. So if you have a certain pair of shoes, that those specific shoes could make you run faster or jump higher, for example. But you can see the basic system we've just set up, just like the bare bones of it. This also might be a good time to talk about our Discord bot. So we're working on a bot that we have an indoor marketplace essentially. So it's an engagement bot. So when we tweet or other projects tweet, we can put the URL into Discord, and when you like, retweet, or comment, you can earn points. And with those points, you can buy NFTs we put inside the marketplace. And we're going to make that public for other projects once we've done all the beta testing and that. And then you can earn tokens, memes, and all that stuff. And then we'll also implement it with the game so you can see who's the highest on the leaderboard just by typing in a prompt on Discord.
fascinating to watch this and knowing that there's special NFTs at the end, so no screwing around. Yeah, we.
Yeah, and I just I was like, no.
No, that's
And
awesome.
then
No, it's really cool to see that.
yeah, and we just got like these are just some of the basic systems that just being objects. I'll show you some videos that we've made of other parkour systems. I can grab those quickly. But yeah, that's the gist of the game that we're doing is only up for the first thing and then obviously implementing everything later. The main reason why we wanted to do only up for the first game is it's a little bit easier and simpler to do than doing this whole taming system and all this other stuff. So our main goal right now is to get it into our holders' hands to play around with and give them more rewards, etc. And then topping that with the clothing brand that we're doing. These are some of the systems we're having implementing into the game. So these are just like base assets. We'll change the assets to rocks or whatever the environment is at the time. So like a cyber city or so this asset just moves left to right. Just a simple system we have set up. You can imagine this in a world similar to chained up. You can we did everything procedural, so changing things to make the level different each time and nothing feel the same. That's just one. There's another one we have. So the trampoline system. There's more about the trampoline system. There's the checkpoints. Just showing off the base functionality we have so far. This is what we're starting to implement into the world that we have. That disappearing things, making it a little bit more different. That. And this is my favorite one, I think. If it's this one. Yeah, it is this one. So it's just like if you're trying to get across the platform and this thing hits you, basically. Which might be quite irritating once you get to the top or midway. But yeah, and then yes, there's maybe one more thing. Can kind of get an idea of the saddles and like the creatures that you'll be able to ride and stuff eventually.
Then for yourself, is this something that you guys are doing full time? How big's the team? What are the insights on that?
We're doing this full time, so it's me and my co-founder, and then we have a developer that are working on the Discord bot in the game. We have a photographer in Johannesburg, so he does all the photography for us, so with the clothing. And then uh we have the manufacturers. We're currently working with 3 manufacturers, one for the clothing, one for like the toys, so plushies and that. And then the third one is for the skateboard. So we do the skateboards, fingerboards, and all that stuff. So but the team size is about 5 of us, 5 of us, including the mods.
And
So
for
it's a fairly small team.
for 2025, what are we kind of expecting from you? Do you think you're going to have multiple more mints? Is this kind of waiting and seeing? What are things from the Root Network side of things that we should expect from you?
From the Root Network side of things is the game. So getting the game out, you actually being able to use your assets as well as other game activities and from the IRL side and the clothing brands, we want to do about clothing drop every 2 to 3 months, and then implementing that with the Futureverse and Tradeverse. So getting the clothing when you buy it, you get the actual version of that you can win your character, and then the Discord bot and getting into more of the meme tokens with our holders, so the holders can earn rewards and etc.
When we are thinking about how you guys potentially could partner with a whole lot. I think one of the things that I wasn't expecting when we jumped on the call was the fact of you highlighting Emergence, you saying you're working with Tattoo World. I've kind of only viewed as you guys coming over as, being something that's established on the XRP Cafe and saying, okay, here is the Root Network, which is also connected to XRP and the bigger ecosystem that way. But it seems that you guys are already working on these partnerships behind the scenes in different realms. So should we look at you as kind of a big collaborator within that space, or other people that come on Root Network going to be connected with you? Or what do you think from that perspective?
Yes, definitely. So one of the big things we want to do is actually take over the production of products for other projects coming over to Futureverse. So like taking over production for hopefully Shen shortly. So taking over the production for plushies and different their clothing, and then Tattoo World clothing as well. And then hopefully other projects come over and they want to do their clothing as well. So basically, we make products for other projects, and then we can implement them into our crates. So really trying to get out there with collaboration and as well as when we make weapons, trying to implement them not just into our game and other people's games, so helping people with assets as well.
And final thing on the Root Network conversation, when you came over, I asked you earlier about your thoughts on the network. Have you talked with other people that are on the XRP Cafe? Have you heard any thoughts or perspectives, again, good or bad, that they have towards the Root Network?
No one's got I wouldn't say bad uh has bad thoughts about it or thinks badly of it in any way. I think at the moment it's just something that's new for a lot of people being able to have so many tokens in one place as well. And does the fact that XRP is connected with the Root network just helps people from XRP out trust it a lot more. I think one of the big things is people that are with XRP are XRP holders. They don't really go around and get other crypto. It's mainly just XRP for most people. Um, but mostly I've gotten good. We haven't had anyone with this mint at least say they have had an issue. I don't think we had one person that had an issue with us going over or bridging to the Root network.
That's good. That's good. Is there any final things we didn't get to that you want to mention, whether it be replugging the socials, whether it be anything else on the notepad? Feel free.
Yeah, so I'd probably mainly want to just go more into the clothing brand, just like we essentially we when we're making our products, we want our products to be high quality. It's not a crypto brand. That's what it's not a crypto brand. It's an IRL brand. We're going on Instagram. We have got our photographer who makes Instagram reels. We're going to do TikTok reels. It's not a crypto brand where we rely on people from the crypto space to buy our products. We want this thing to blow up, not just on crypto, in like the real world as well. So going to events, giveaways, skate events, really going out there, pushing our goal that we want to do is like get more people that if you have a dream, you should go for it. That's basically what we are trying to achieve here with the brand. Especially something it's something personal to me. It's like I've always wanted to do something, but it's always I'm too busy or there's always something stopping you, but that's kind of what we want to get people out of. It's like you should do it, achieve your goals, represent the process. So while you're doing it, make something of yourself pretty much. I think that's the one thing I just wanted to touch on.